Hello, I hope you're having a good evening. Today we're going to be addressing one of the pain points with slicer panels, in particular tab slicer panels, which is when you go through and you apply a filter on this slicer page, for example, and then go to this next slicer page, you cannot see that a filter is applied. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert an info tooltip that when you roll over it shows you the filters. I want to credit SQL BI because I was not the one that wrote this DAX or came up with this solution. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm implementing this feature on that SQL BI built out. They implement it using the dump filters measure in DAX Studio. I'm going to use the same code, only I'm going to implement it manually without using DAX Studio. All right, so let's jump in. This first part of the card visual with the icon that changes colors is something I built in an earlier video. I'm going to link to that video right now. You should see it linked up top. However, I didn't explain how this tooltip is currently working. So let's take a look. First things first, what I have is I have a isFiltered. And this is a binary. This is going to return a true or false if a filter is applied. In this case, I've only implemented it for the filtered year. So it won't trigger over here, and it won't, it's not triggering anything else. So I have this isFiltered measure, which returns a binary value. Finally, I have this measure, which I currently misnamed filter fiscal quarter filters, but instead I'm going to rename it tooltip filters. And here I'm implementing the actual DAX that SQL BI is demoing. And again, if you want to go read their article, which I highly encourage you to do, I am linking it in the description as well. But I've gone through and I've commented it. So let's walk through what this DAX is actually doing. So first, this DAX is setting a variable called max filters, and it's defining it to 3. It's then returning an if statement, and then within that if, we have a completely separate variable context. So if you didn't know, variable contexts can actually be evaluated within parentheses, which is really cool, and something you don't see a lot. Well, actually, you see it a lot in SQL BI's code, but you don't see it a lot in other people's code. And you can start to see kind of what it's doing. So first, it's determining if the filter that we want to build this tooltip for is filtered. So it's doing the exact same thing, and this is going to return a true or false. It's then fetching all of the filters on the one column that we want into a specific table using the DAX filters function. Finally, it's getting a count of the total number of rows in that table. It's then taking a top n using the max filters variable up above. So it's taking the first 3 rows of the filters table of the filters, and then it's concatenating them with a string. Finally, it's saying we're going to concatenate the final string that we're then going to display, which is a fiscal year equals, and then it's saying if the total number of rows is more than 3, display the first 3 rows, then go ... then display the number of rows, like items selected. Then finally, it's returning that plus a space and then a new line. Okay? So let's see this in action. Because what I've gone ahead and done then is I've gone into this card visual, which again I showed you how to build in the other video. And I've gone into formatting, and I've gone into tooltips in here, and I'm saying up right here, the tooltips is going to be this filters applied right there. So now when you roll over it, it's now giving you that tooltip. So it's now saying filters applied is blank. But if I now select 2018, you're going to see that measure jump to life. So you're going to see 2018. Now you're going to see 2018, 2019 right here. And then finally, if I select more than 3, you'll now see that that additional DAX kick in. So let's go ahead and let's implement this functionality for the rest of the filters that we have in our slicer panel. So I'm going to go first start by, I'm going to go is filtered, and I'm going to do the same in here. So I'm going to go plus, I'm going to go Alt Enter, I'm going to type is filtered, right? My first column is date, and then I'm going on fiscal quarter. Then I'm going to go plus, then I'm going to go Alt Enter is filtered, right? And then we'll go month, and we'll just confirm that this is working. So right now, right, none of these say not filtered. If I change fiscal year, now it says filtered. If I change fiscal quarter, it now says filtered. If I change month, it now says filtered. Okay, great. So now let's go ahead and let's do the same thing for the product. So we have category, color, and product. So we'll go ahead and we will add those in. So now let's go do the same thing. So we'll go is filtered. And if you think I can't make a typo on camera, you're probably wrong. I'm definitely, well, actually, everyone probably thinks they can make a typo on camera, but let me just go ahead and quickly implement this. And then finally, we will do one for product. So is filtered product. Okay. And now let's see how this is working. Okay. So if I select bikes, is filtered now changes. If I go to time, I can still see it's still telling me that it's still filtered. I hit clear filters. Boom. It's now all completely not filtered. All right, so finally we just have one more on place. So again, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the exact same thing. So is, oh, and there's my typo that I was talking about earlier. So we'll go ahead and we'll go is filtered. We'll go group. And we'll go plus is filtered. We'll go country, sales territory, country. We'll go plus, and then we'll go is filtered, and then we'll go region. All right. So now we have this giant expression, which will, again, if we, like, for example, go North America, boom, it's filtered. Okay, now we need to go ahead and we need to build our filtered text information. So our filtered text right here, which is what's actually displaying, is that filtered versus not filtered. We have our is filtered right here, and then we have our tooltip filtered. So in order to build this, what I need to do is I need to actually go through and copy this if statement, right? And I need to concatenate another line. So let's go ahead and do that just for one, and then I will go ahead and do this for the others and skip ahead into the video. That way you don't have to watch me do this like you just did with the is filtered. All right, so let's focus on doing this for, and we'll just click right here, and we'll just confirm that like the spacing's working, right? So if I go over to time and I roll over this, right, and now filters applied. If I now select fiscal year and roll over this, I now have 2 fiscal years, right? So let's update this for fiscal quarter. So let's go back over to that tooltips, and we'll go ahead and we'll update this fiscal quarter, right? And then once this is updated, we can then copy this, 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 this. We'll update this to fiscal quarter. All right, so now let's see what this looks like. So if I go back over here and I select fiscal year and I now roll over, right, I don't get anything. If I now select fiscal quarter, I now get fiscal year and fiscal quarter. So if you look, this is looking pretty good. All right, I'm going to jump ahead now, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this set up for the rest of the items in my slicer panel. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've gotten this fully implemented. So as you can see, if I now roll over this, right, I can actually see all the filters. And if I go into product and I select 3 of these and roll over it, I can see all the others. And if I go one more, right, I can now see right here everything I have selected. So the only thing I have left to do is to clean up my data section over here. So what I mean by clean up is I've created, 4 measures here. So filter info, filter text, is filtered, and tooltips. And they're just intermixed with my other metrics. So like any good Power BI person, I'm going to go organize my model. So what I'm going to go ahead and do there is I'm going to put them in a folder. I'm going to call them like slicer panel. I'm going to misspell panel. I'll go panel measures. And I'll save it like that. And I will go and I will assign all of the other measures to it. Right there. And finally, I will go in here, slicer panel measure. And then finally, one more. I'll go right here, and I'll finally go right there. Then I'll select this folder, and there we go. I'm now nicely organized. If I really wanted to be extra careful, or if I was giving people the ability to use these via Analyze in Excel, I would probably hide the measures, but for now we don't need to do that. All right, so that's how you go ahead and you implement something like this. And as you see, now in Clear All Slicers, it'll go ahead and it'll actually interact. All right, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. If you have questions about anything that I did or if something I explained wasn't clear, please let me know in the comments. I'm still learning how to do these videos, and I appreciate all the feedback. And if there's something else you want to see a demo of, let me know. All right, bye.